Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to Clever TV's latest countdown show. I'm Jocelyn Davis in the studio with Dana Ward. Now, in case you haven't noticed, Twilight basically put sexy vampires back in the spotlight. But long before we met Edward Cullen, other vampires were making a name for themselves on the big and small screen.
That is so true. I mean, it might seem like Twilight was the first big-time vampire movie to hit Hollywood, but it's just the tip of the iceberg. Rewind back, and we've got Buffy, movie and TV show, by the way, Van Helsing, Blade, The Lost Boys, Interview with the Vampire, and all of the Draculas, of course.
Of course.
Obviously, the list goes on. Now that we're saying all of these vampires are ones that you'd want to meet with at midnight, or, you know, you wouldn't want to, but there are a few good guys in the mix.
Oh my goodness, so let's just kick it off. Let's start with some honorable mentions who barely missed our top 5. Do you guys remember Tom Cruise and Antonio Banderas in an Interview with a Vampire?
Anybody? Sure do. Yeah. With their long hair, definitely hot. Or how about a young Kiefer Sutherland in The Lost Boys?
Who could forget about it? You guys need to rent these movies. Dana, I think we're onto something, so maybe we should have just done a top 10 instead.
Oh well, I think you're right, maybe. Let's start with the countdown though.
All right, so our first vampire that comes to mind is our number 5 on Clever TV's list of the hottest vampires of all time. It's David Boreanaz. Oh my gosh. David played super hottie Angel alongside Sarah Michelle Gellar on Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the TV show of course. Now, like Edward Cullen, Angel was different than other vampires because he had a soul. As if being super hot wasn't enough, Angel also had the whole man of mystery thing going on. So sexy. He's definitely solidified his place in the Vampire Hall of Fame. Dana, who do we have next?
I love that. Hall of Fame! Also in the Hall of Fame is one of my favorite vampires. He's sexy, tantalizing. I'm sorry, I just can't stop staring. Stuart Townsend makes the perfect blood-sucking creature. He plays Lestat in Queen of the Damned. It might be the shirt off or the piercing eyes, but I think what really gets me and makes me fall in love with this character is Stuart's intense sorrow and his passion to find a true love to spend eternity with. So sexy.
So sexy. Well, coming in at our number 3 pick is someone you guys
Snap out of it, Jocelyn. Snap out of it.
I was in trance. I was tantalized, as you said. Someone who is coming in as our number 3 pick on the list is somebody you guys probably already know. His name is Bill Compton, and he's played by Stephen Moyer on HBO's new hit show, True Blood. Like all the hot vampires on our list, Bill is different from other vampires, and he becomes romantically involved with a telepathic waitress in his hometown. Complicated.
Complicated,
In fact, the on-screen chemistry between Moyer and his co-star, who's Anna Paquin, has officially spread beyond the small screen people because the pair are dating in real life as well. He is one hot vampire.
He must be if it's now in reality, you know?
Exactly.
Hot indeed, hot indeed. Clever TV's number 2 pick is one that I think you guys might not know. I don't know. Have you heard of a guy named Robert Pattinson? I'm just kidding. Of course, Robbie Boy has made our list. You can't deny the charm, handsome looks, and toned body that all practically take over the screen in Twilight. At times, he simply steals the show. Let's be honest here.
Or always.
Always. But even beyond this whole physical thing, Robert's deep desire to keep his true love safe from harm's way is absolutely touching. And for that reason, he's the runner-up as the hottest vampire of all time.
I love how you say runner-up because I know most of you guys are probably shocked and maybe even mad at us because Robert didn't come in at number 1.
Don't be mad.
Please.
Don't be mad.
Listen, because you're going to understand when I tell you that our number 1 pick for the hottest vampire of all time is none other than Brad Pitt. Take a moment with that. I don't think anyone can argue with that. In Interview with a Vampire, Brad Pitt played Louis, who finds it impossible to murder humans to survive and instead feeds on animals, although he does gradually adjust to the vampire lifestyle and begins feeding on humans. The fact that Brad Pitt is basically the most beautiful being on the planet doesn't hurt either. And that's why he's our number 1 pick for the hottest vampire countdown.
Wow, I gotta say, you guys, my heart is racing from all of the hot vampire talk. So now that we've spoken out with our top 5 hottest vampires of all time, we want to know what you guys think of our picks. I mean, I know you agree with Rob and Brad being on the list, but leave a comment about any vampire favorite of yours that we may have missed.
That's right, people. Until next time, I'm Jocelyn Davis, and along with Dana Ward, this has been really fun. So we're reminding you to stay here at clever.com for your must-have entertainment scoop. See you guys next time.
Bye.